everyone out there in our Women's Net community. Welcome to a chat with our 3 February 2026 grant winners. Today, I'm speaking with Lisa Pace of Prairie Roots Sod Company. She and her partner, Catherine, business partner, are our startup grant winners. Our startup grant is for entrepreneurs who are in the early phase of developing their business who haven't yet hit $10,000 in sales. Victoria Lewis of Vix Socks is our business specific grant winner. The business specific category for February was health, fitness, and wellness. And Farhana Huq of Brown Girl Surf is our Amber Grant winner. And the Amber Grant is for all women business owners in the US and Canada. I'm Marsha Layton Turner. I'm just one of our advisory board members here at Women's Net. And every other month, I get to learn more about our grant winners, which I just love. So thank you all for being here today and for being willing to chat with me about your companies. So let's start off kind of at the beginning and give you each a chance to tell everyone a little bit about your company, like what you do, where you got the idea, just all the things briefly. So Farhana, let's start with you.
Yeah, well, Brown Girl Surf, actually, the platform started in 2011, and we got an Amber grant for $500 in 2012 to start. And the idea was just to really elevate the voices of diverse female surfers around the world, and that was done. There's now so many more women, girls, and non-binary folks getting into the sport. And of course, as a surfer, I was traveling a lot to different places to surf and ended up getting locked down in Morocco for 19 months and had the opportunity to surf while I was locked down, luckily. And I remember like looking in the mirror and just like one day I noticed like my hair was just totally bleached. I had like splotches on my cheeks and I couldn't find like hydrating care for my for my skin, or my hair. And number one's like there were most of the things had like were made of plastic, had like crappy ingredients, and I didn't know like the supply chains, like where they were coming from. So when I got back to California, I started just working on solutions, and I literally I had a friend who was like an incredible soap maker. She had like all these misfit pieces. I literally like took her pieces, upcycled them and recycled packaging, put them in a basket and started like selling them at the surfer parking lots. Then I started making a shampoo bar by hand, added that to the basket, and within 9 months I had 9 retail placements with 6 stores reordering. Yeah, that's literally how it happened. And I just finished formulating a skin cream made with a shea butter called Nilotica, which is sourced from a women's cooperative in Uganda. So I'm like really trying to like create an ethical supply chain. And that's how the skin and beauty brand under Brown Girl Surf got started.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. And
thanks.
thank you for mentioning the Amber Grant from way back when. And for those who don't know, the organization has been around for a long time. I can't tell you the exact numbers, but it's got to be 15, 20 years. And it was originally started with $500 grants. So that's amazing that you're back. Hey.
Yeah, it's amazing to be back. So thank
Yeah.
you so much. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Lisa, how about you? Tell us a little bit about the company, what you're doing, where the idea came from.
Yeah, so Prairie Roots Sod Company is focused on creating native grass sod that will thrive in Colorado. And this idea came from years of watching homeowners really feel trapped between having to spend a lot of money and time watering and maintaining their yard, which contradicts our state situation where, even though we're a headwater state, water is a really precious resource. So we really need a product that's going to provide a water-wise alternative to traditional high water turf grass lawns and give customers an instant solution that will also improve ecology. So we're super excited to just start this project. This is a brand new business venture that we've been working on for about the last year and a half or so. And We just really think this product is needed to help our customers find better ways to landscape.
So I'm going to ask what is probably a dumb question, but it sounds like there are standard sods that are used, say, nationwide, but that are not necessarily the best choice depending upon your climate. Is that
That's absolutely it. Like
okay?
the grasses that are available here in Colorado are the same grasses that are going to be used in Minnesota or Florida. I mean, it's grasses used across the United States. And so it's really not meant for our environment, which is why people have to spend so much on water and maintenance to keep it looking green. And we're lucky. We live in a high plains environment, and we have so many amazing local native grasses we can look to. And Catherine and I, for the last 10 years, we do this professionally as water conservation specialists. We help customers transform their yard. And we know native grasses work really well here, but there's not a sod product that's available for them. So we're really trying to transform the market to create something that will help in this water shortage state.
Very smart. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for explaining. And Victoria, tell us about Vix Socks.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm Victoria. Nice to meet everybody. Sorry. I started this company basically because I work full-time as an OR nurse in the operating room. And so I work really long shifts on my feet all day. And I realized that I needed to start wearing compression socks because I would come home at the end of these days and my feet and legs would be so sore and swollen. But all the options that I was trying were just either really ugly, not super cute. They were made from like polyester synthetic materials that just irritated my skin. So I was like, why do we have to have something that's either comfortable or cute? Why can't we have something that melds the two together? So I decided to create my own. And our socks are made from a premium bamboo material that's really moisture wicking and soft on your skin, and also cute designs. So that's how we started. And it really started like geared towards people like me, just healthcare workers and stuff. But then it's blown into this amazing community of, women who are pregnant, who have chronic illnesses, who travel a lot for work, or people who just need extra support. So it's been really cool.
Your early story kind of reminds me of Sarah Blakely at Spanx.
Oh,
Here's hoping, right?
right?
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for telling everybody a little bit about your companies. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the resources that you found and relied on as you were getting started, or if you're in the process of getting started. So maybe if you could think of one that has been especially helpful to you. And this time, Lisa, let's start with you. Has there been an agency, a consultant, a book, a website, anything like that that's been really helpful to you?
Yeah, so about a year ago, I attended this event on a controlled environment agriculture. And when I was there, I actually met a women's group just for controlled environment agriculture. And these are women who've been doing kind of these indoor growing facilities all across the world and were extremely inspirational. And they actually started a mentoring group. So they set me up with somebody who, or Catherine and I, up with a person whose job is just to figure out production of new products related to agriculture. So they have been super helpful. We're excited to continue to work with them so they can help us as we navigate problems with growing this stuff in the way that we intend to. But that women's group for controlled environment agriculture, they're just amazing, and I can't say enough great things about them. And really just love the support that we're seeing from women across the world. So they've been great and somebody really instrumental in helping us to feel like we're on to something, and this is a path worth pursuing.
Amazing. So glad you found them. It's funny, the very specific groups that are out there that you might not imagine are there and available to you. That's wonderful you found them.
Yeah, they've been super helpful and just very inspirational.
Excellent. Victoria, how about you? Was there a resource that you uncovered or knew about, but that you found especially helpful?
Um, it's not like a specific resource, but social media, honestly. And
Mm.
I was very resistant towards this at the beginning because I'm sort of a private person, but I've had to kind of like push past that and just fully dive in. And honestly, it's been beyond helpful because I've been able to connect with so many different people that have helped me in every sort of avenue for the business. So that's been super helpful. And I will say there's lots of really good podcasts out there that have helped as well.
If there was one social media platform that you would choose above the others, just for your business, not that like it would necessarily be the case for everybody, but where are you putting most of your focus?
Um, right now, I would say we've had the most success on Instagram because we've had it for the longest amount of time. I'm really trying to grow my TikTok, but it's a learning curve.
So true with everything.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Farhana, how about you? Is there a resource that you found especially helpful?
Yeah, I found it's actually a climate fellowship called Terra.do, and climate was one of the things that was really important to me personally, to design my next steps in business and really make sure the choices I was making were sustainable for the world. Um, and so the fellowship was a couple months long, and through the fellowship, I just obviously learned the science of climate change, mitigation, adaptation, but also got connected with an incredible network of climate-minded folks. And one of the things that spun out of that fellowship was a mending circle that me and my local friends from the fellowship started, and we got together and we would mend our clothes. And it was in that circle, like I would bring my, shampoo bars, like every mending circle, I would bring a batch and like give them out to people and be like, can you try this, please, and give me feedback. Um, so it gave like practical feedback, but also like a broader lens from which to approach business and design and think about like sustainability more as a core mission to how we do business.
So you created your own focus group. Very smart.
Inadvertently,
Yeah,
yeah, inadvertently.
but that's great that you found one resource and you even, tapped into it for feedback. That's very smart. Excellent. Well, so now let's talk about marketing. And I know there might be some crossover here in terms of the resources that you relied on and the marketing that you're doing. But Victoria, let's start with you. Is there a marketing strategy, and maybe it's social media, that you have found especially helpful to really help you grow your business quickly?
Yeah, I would say that honestly, we have really leaned into the authentic founder-led storytelling that has really helped us and pushed us forward and made us a differentiator in the compression sock market. You just have to lean in and hone in on what makes you different. So that's what makes us different, honestly. And kind of similar to what Farhana was saying is that um, you can get so much feedback from your customers that I think a lot of people brush past that. But we have gotten so much valuable feedback from our customers that has led to products that we make. So, and product expansion. So it's kind of something you wouldn't expect, but leaning on your customers and that core customer base that, starts following you from the beginning is really important.
Did you set up ways to make it easier for them to provide feedback, or did it just happen naturally because they're such advocates for the product once they found it?
It just kind of happened naturally. We've just created a community of really loyal customers and just people that interact with each other. So a lot of females, and yeah, it's been really cool to see everybody connect and interact and give us their feedback.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Farhana, how about you? What's a marketing strategy that you've discovered has been really, really helpful?
I totally echo Victoria's answer and that being storytelling. I'm as founder, like I'm literally the one with the basket of goods that I've sold in surfer parking lots. brought it to the mending circle, brought it to my hairdresser, brought, just wherever I can go, brought it in stores. And I tell the origin story of Brown Girl Surf, and then I talk about upcycling the first bath bars. We call them misfit bath bars, from my surf buddies in Monterey that handcraft them, and then they use the proceeds to fund girls and women's surf programs. So people love like the story and the continuity. And then I share the story with the face cream of like not being able to find one that hydrates and trying all the organic brands, all the European brands, like the Department Clinique, Estee Lauder, all the stuff that create things that I don't even know what are in them. And I think just telling that story at markets wherever I go, then it draws people in, and then they are really like, oh wow, this is a person that's really trying to create a solution to an issue like I have or I can relate to. So that has been like the number one marketing strategy.
I think you're smart to carry your products with you since it is something tangible, to
Yeah.
always have some on hand. Yeah, they're smart. Awesome. Lisa, how about you? What's a marketing strategy you would recommend so far? Now I know you're
Yeah.
early stages, but yeah.
Yeah, we are. And I wish sod was portable like beauty products, but I think they would think we're a little weird walking around with sod.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but what I will say is, so Catherine and I are both full-time water conservation specialists and have been in this field for 15 years. And during that time, we've really developed a reputation statewide as being people to go to for native grass advice. And now we're at a place where we speak to thousands of people every year on this topic. And that's just our normal jobs, right? This company we're pursuing on nights and weekends, like we have a ton of time as busy moms, but we really believe in it. And we think it's such a good product that is really going to help not only people figure out better solutions, but it's an amazing environmental solution that we need. And this is the right time. Colorado is in drought right now. Over 50% of the state is in abnormal to severe. And most of us rely on the Colorado River, along with 40 million other people across the West. And so if we can find a way to squeeze some water out of our landscapes that can be shared with the bigger group, and still give us an amazing place to live and work, that's the big vision that we really want to achieve. And so that's our story that we're using. But the platforms and networks we already have just from our professional careers is going to be people that we can reach out to and lean into, as we figure out how we're going to sell this product. Right now we know how to grow it. Now we got to figure out how to sell it.
Yeah. I love that storytelling is a commonality across all three. Yeah, all three companies here. That's great. So let's wrap up with a quick question about what our community, what the Women's Net community of fellow women business owners can do to support your companies. And if there was one thing that you might ask them to do, what would that be? Farhana, let's start with you.
One thing. Well, can I give one and a half? One's like
Oh,
follow us
yeah.
on follow
Just
us on
not 10.
Instagram, Brown Girl Surf. Love for you to follow the journey. And then the second thing is definitely looking for an amazing web developer, someone that can just sort of help take our website to the next level. So if you have any people in your network you recommend, that would be great. Thank you.
And how should they make contact with you?
They can just email info@browngirlsurf.co.
Great. Thank you. Lisa, how about you? What's one thing our community can do?
Well, I think for me, it's just supporting us. So whether that means, as this video airs, or as we promote it in LinkedIn and other resources, just sharing it, right? Just sharing it with networks, especially anybody that's passionate about sustainability or water conservation, or ecology. If those are things that pique your interest, or we know people who that's their space that they live in, connect us to those people, or reach out to us if you're them. I think right now it's just really understanding where this can go to, how big it can grow, and leaning into other women who have been in our shoes, are developing these businesses, and looking to each other for support. I think what you guys do at Women's Net is amazing. And it's just such an amazing opportunity and platform for us, our small businesses, to really get started. So thank you for already doing this.
Thanks. I'm just one person here. We have a great team, but thank you. And Victoria, how about you? What's one thing our community can do for you?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say the same thing that both these lovely ladies said. Honestly, just spreading the word. If you know anybody that could use our product or would be, willing to spread the word about our product as well, just super helpful. Follow us on social media. I love to connect with other business owners as well, especially female founders. So I'm willing to help in any way possible in return. So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, thank you three so much for your time today. I know time is precious. And congratulations again on being our 3 grant winners for February.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.